the people that I'm marketing to are very concerned with pesticides and chemicals. So I'm going to obviously highlight the values of providing organic content, but it's also going to dictate things like how I'm going to speak in my organic Facebook content. If I'm going to post organic Facebook content, I'm not only going to talk about just my product, but it's going to gear me to talk about things nationally and locally that are affected in the same way, bee collapse or any of those things, because now I'm going to resonate with my clients. And I only know that because I'm paying attention to who my client really is, what their lifestyle is, what their key values are. Are you talking to people who are really interested in just being as cheap as they can? Or you're living Canandaigua, New York, and you got to have the nicest yard in the neighborhood or you're going to stand out. And so people are willing to pay a premium to have lawns that look like Mike's. Pain points, the most valuable part outside of demographics, hands down. Struggle with their lawn care or lawn maintenance. Are these areas where you typically see yards that are always unkept? If so, that might not be a very good neighborhood for you to go into, right? Maybe it's a great neighborhood if you just really want a bunch of accounts. Are people concerned about chemical usage? I lived in Arizona, so are people really interested in doing things that would help them reduce their water usage? Because we had, on a regular house in Arizona, your water bill might be $150 a month with no grass. And so people were super interested in things they could do that would lower their water bill, even though it was very surface level, like you couldn't actually reduce it much. But we got to engage with clients because we talked about it a lot. Do your clients really not want to have to interact with you much? This is the dream, by the way. In my market, my ideal client emailed us to get a quote. We emailed them back to sign them up. We met them once for an estimate and we never saw them again. That was my favorite client. Anybody else have a client like you think that would be your client avatar? No, I'm the only one. Okay. I loved it because they just paid their bill. Every time I told them their yard needed something, they said yes and let it. I mean, they were the dream. It was fantastic. So does your client do you need to approach them in a way that shows them we have tech savvy? Like we answer our emails, we respond quickly, we communicate professionally, we can send you pictures, all of the things that would allow a customer to have limited contact with you. They're not going to have to call you 8 times to get something resolved. Do they value the simplicity of the contact and the speed of the contact, or just not having to talk to you as much? Do your clients want you to be more proactive or more visual and more thorough, right? And then the last ones is not the last ones, but these last ones are going to have a little bit less value.